Historically, the state of California has always experienced droughts. The last 4 years of drought have been the worst in the last 50 years. It is very possible that this drought trend will continue into the future. Water is an essential resource in the Central Valley. To help encourage water conservation and state-mandated reductions, we'd like to encourage you to partner with the Fresno Chaffee Zoo as they attempt to recycle their wastewater. Ultimately, we want you to see how you can benefit from providing recycled water to the zoo. The partnership will produce additional non-potable water for the zoo in a cost-effective manner and at the same time saves potable water to be used by the city.
Well, because of the drought, we've been asked to reduce water consumption this year by 36% from 2013 values. So we have been encouraging our customers to conserve water, and the city itself has reduced our own consumption for our landscape. And we've also implemented the utilization of recycled water to irrigate our public landscape areas. And in fact, we're a little bit cautious about who we hook up. We have to be confident that they're going to be able to comply with the rules. They have to receive some training. They have to have a use supervisor. And so you just have to be comfortable that it's not a business that's going to go out quickly. And they also need to have a fairly significant amount of landscape in order for us to consider using them. We also have a commercial customer, which is Clovis Community Hospital. They're one of our biggest customers. And we've got the Caltrans. They're taking recycled water to irrigate Highway 168. And in fact, they're in the process of expanding their use area.
I oversee all of our water systems, so any of our filtration systems, our smaller fish tank systems, anything like that, but basically anything that has to do with water in some way or shape or form falls underneath my jurisdiction. So Sea Lion Cove currently is our big exhibit where we use a ton of reclaimed water, and the reason that was so important is just our location in the Central Valley. And us being a conservation organization, we didn't want to use tons of water to bring this wonderful exhibit to the zoo. So the way that we recycle water over in that exhibit is any discharge water from our filters goes into a series of settling chambers, and we're holding all of the algae or maybe media content through these settling chambers, and then the water leaves the settling chambers, gets pumped up to our constructed wetlands, and then that's really where the plants do the fine cleaning of any organic matter out of that water. After it spends time in there, and it usually takes about a month, it comes back into the system and gets reintroduced into the pool. So we displace water through these 3 chains, but typically it takes it about a month and a half to come back and re-enter into the pool. Total volume in terms of the system for Sea Lion Cove is 250,000 gallons. There's probably about 100,000 tied up in our reclaim system in various different stages. And then depending on, it can accommodate rainwater and other things. So we can actually collect water that is occurring naturally and then absorb it in the pool eventually. So here over in our African savanna, we have a series of pools. We actually have our larger double moat system, we have our waterfall system, and then we have another smaller pool. It's called our lower moat system. At any rate, the total volume is about 650,000 gallons, and that is processed water, so it's something that we're cleaning continuously. The animals are able to consume it, but that water retains in that system, so we aren't losing it. We also have the ability, off of various pieces of equipment, all of the potential hay or food or things that might come into our plant actually goes through a big drum filter, and it gets turned into a compostable material that our horticulture team uses here. So our next series of expansion is going to be an African River expansion, and because those exhibits, we're looking at a hippo exhibit, a crocodile exhibit, and several other adjacent, it makes the most sense that those are huge consumptions potentially of water. So we're going to be using reclaim systems and actually a reclaim factory for the water that'll come discharge off of those systems, so that we can either use it out here for landscape or potentially in other exhibit space, so that we can contain that.
So the water goes down the sewers, it goes to a lift station, and from there it's pumped up and then goes through a force main, gets to the treatment facility. At the treatment facility it gets screened, takes out the things that are not organic, and those things are put in roll-offs and they go to the landfill for disposal. Those biological solids then go through a process where they are treated, and then the water is separated out from the solids, and the water that's separated out is what then goes to and becomes recycled water. And that goes through a filtering process. We use membranes, and so it's filtered to a really small, really small pores. And then after that, it goes to a disinfection process, and we use ultraviolet light to disinfect the water. Then it goes into our storage tank. It's a 3.1 million gallon storage tank. And from there, then it's pumped into the distribution system. And as customers come on through the day with their demands, it's used through the distribution system.
As you can see, the zoo plans to increase their recycled water usage to accommodate their African River project and other expansions. We propose that the City of Fresno consider increasing their recycled water service area to include the Fresno Chaffee Zoo and Roding Park. This will allow the city to recycle more water and put more potable water into the city's reserves.